Hey, what's up, everybody? Bro Trio here, and there are some things that we want to talk about that are really awesome. Like, we love them, but they're really not that cool.
Whoa, Mondo cool.
That's right, boys. Mondo cool.
So this is our list of top 10 things that are awesome that shouldn't be. Weirdly enough, the one instance in video games that inspired this list actually didn't make it. So honorable mention here, and it'll give you a taste of what the list is about, is Final Fantasy VII Remake. This remake from the ground up of the glorious Final Fantasy VII. They redid like all the music to like an amazing degree. And it's weird too because they're only redoing like the battle theme, the boss theme, but they redo it so many times that it's different almost every time. And the weirdest one of all, because it never happens in combat, is when they remake the battle music but when you're doing squats. This song has no reason to be as awesome as it is, and it's only in this one instance. Like, you do it when you're doing squats or when you're doing the pull-ups, but it's only there for this weird rhythm mini game. That's it. Like, no combat, no boss fights, no nothing. Just squats, and that's it. And that is so awesome, but why is that there? It should not, it's like, squats shouldn't be that awesome, and that's what this list is about. So let's get on with number 10.
Starting off with something that definitely was kind of out of left field when I heard about it, and shouldn't be as awesome as it was, but it ended up being one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. That would be Paper Mario. Now, you tell me, coming off of Mario RPG 2, coming off of Mario RPG, and actually calling it Mario RPG 2, at first when you announced it and stuff, and then you tell me everything's paper, I'd be mad. And I wasn't following games that closely at the time.
People were.
I bet people were. But Paper Mario ended up great. The first two, almost undisputedly great. I like the first two. I like Super a lot, and I like Origami King quite a bit. I have not played Color Splash, and we do not talk about Sticker Star. But unexpectedly awesome. Paper Mario came out and was a very charming, fun, and more entertaining to me turn-based RPG. I'm not big on the turn-based stuff, except in certain instances, but this one, with the, you have to be more active with it. You can't just click attack or click magic and call it a day. And that plus the charming characters and story are what made Paper Mario awesome when it really, really could have gone the other way.
One thing that shouldn't be awesome, but really turns out to be a blast, is lying to your friend's face and stabbing them in the back or killing them or whatever in Among Us. Like, there's other games like that, but Among Us really just distills it into everything we want to talk about, because we have had so much fun just getting a group with family and friends, and you just go kill each other. And
remote or in person, it's fun regardless.
Yeah.
In person, dials it up to a whole other level.
My favorite way to do it is convince other people to kill them for you, because you have these people convinced that the other people are the bad guys.
Yeah.
The best is the gentleman's victory when you don't actually kill anybody and you get them to turn on each other and just eject everybody. That Among Us is so like crazy, like how quickly to turn on each other.
And some of the people that you do not expect to be good liars end up being great at it.
No one likes to feel dumb, except when you do. Because whenever you feel like an idiot, but after the fact, you're just like, this is a weird feeling. But the Zelda franchise has a infamous reputation of having puzzles that make you just feel like an idiot after you have just been stumped for an hour and you've given up all hope. So you go onto the internet and you look up how to figure it out, and then the answer is so obvious you don't know how you missed it. Doesn't sound that good, does it? But It's a great feeling to have it, and then you get the other end of the stick where you're not the dummy, you get to be the smarty pants, because if you have done that before someone, like if I beat the Water Temple before Scotty did, then I'm the smart boy, and he's like, I do not know how to get past this level. I'm like, well, you obviously have to do this, you idiot.
And there's nothing better that exemplifies this than before Twilight Princess came out. I was reading previews for it, and somebody from IGN, there was this door, I don't know what temple it was for, it had chains on it. He did everything in his power to get rid of these chains, and then when he walked close to the door to slash his sword at it, it said open, and he just pushed A, and it opened right up. And I don't know if that door even made it into the final game, but I remember reading that, and that was very funny.
We touched on this concept earlier with Paper Mario, just meshing two things together that really, on paper, should not be that good, ends up being awesome. And Kingdom Hearts is by far one of the most famous and infamous for doing this, because you take Disney, you take Square Enix, and you mash them together, and you get Sora and Kairi and Riku, and it's just like, why is this working so well together? And it also gets you to another degree of something that's awesome than it shouldn't, because, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, the mesh works great, but then Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out, you're now a Kingdom Hearts fan, so you like Kingdom Hearts. So if Mickey's doing something, he's just, like, Goofy dies, and then Mickey's just like, they're gonna pay for this. As a Kingdom Hearts fan, you're like, oh, yeah, Mickey, go get him.
Yes, Mickey. I'm gonna kill him.
Like, from an outside perspective, because I wasn't a Kingdom Hearts fan when I saw that, I was just, like, cracking up laughing, because Mickey Mouse is supposed to be a badass.
Oh, I am a Kingdom Hearts fan, and I was cracking up laughing, because Mickey Mouse getting edgelord on us was just the best, in the best way possible. Just stupid.
False. The absolute best, most badass moment is this one.
Donald, no! We're not fly!
Now, we're not here to say that Kirby on paper isn't awesome, but making Kirby do ridiculously badass shit on paper, to me, doesn't sound great. But every time they do it, it's great. Like the death yell he does when you're killing
Void
Termina, awesome. Like I actually got pumped. Like, you tell me Kirby's gonna scream while he's shooting a face laser with all his friends behind him, I'm gonna think that sounds dumb as hell. But when in practice, it's awesome. Same thing in new one, Forgotten Lands. You take over a fucking semi truck and have a beam struggle with an outer god and ram this truck up his ass and knock him out of your dimension or some shit. Yeah. You wouldn't think that would be awesome, but it is. It's so awesome when Kirby gets like that.
And it even transfers over to Smash Brothers, because he was the one that survived the Apocalypse event.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah. Some people. A
lot of people were very confused.
Yeah, some people that don't know Kirby were very confused about that, but, like, he deals with threats on that level every game. I mean, you want a Universal Destroyer? There's nobody better to get on your side than the Pink Puff.
If there's one thing that people pretty much universally hate, it's waiting your turn. Like, waiting in line sucks, stuck in traffic sucks. But turn-based combat turns out to be pretty cool.
It's awesome.
Like, it's a weird concept, because there's no sword fight except for, like, maybe fencing or something that you're just like, aha, now it's your turn. Oh, aha, now it's your turn.
I don't think that's how fencing works.
It might be. You're not a fencer.
I mean, maybe professional.
I just know it's like two people and, I don't know, whatever.
I don't think you just let people hit you when it's their turn.
But a good segue into my point, Bravely Default introduced the Spell Fencers, and that's what really gets into the RPG aspect, is when you gotta think about what you're doing. A lot of them don't even include, like, the actual motion of, like, the person going up and chopping them, like Earthbound, the original Dragon,
like
the
earlier old school Pokemon,
the earlier Final Fantasies, they take 2 steps forward and
yeah.
But and then sometimes they kick it up a notch, and you've got active time battle.
Yeah,
That's Chrono Trigger. I think Final Fantasy VII did it. Probably scores of other games have done it, but that adds another element, because you're not just like, well, it's my turn, I guess I'll go. It's like, no, if you're just not paying attention and your turn comes up, you can just get f***ed up while you're not.
When I was
acting fast.
Playing Chrono Trigger DS, I died to like a little goblin or whatever because
it's an imp. You know.
Yeah, the imp.
You know
I couldn't remember the name, but I fell asleep while I was playing, and it just murdered me because I just sat there and took it.
In the lead up to the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, there was one marketing thing that really stood out, or should we say hung down. It was the horse balls, and look, the title card is lying. It's not horse balls for the entry, but that's what inspired the entry. The entry is actually attention to detail, like ridiculous, meticulous details in games like that is something I just love every time. And it doesn't even have to be like every rock is individually rendered. It can be something simple, like, I don't know, after you kill Yakrin, you go up in the castle and you can free the fucking Chancellor, and if you don't, he's just like not there or something.
Yeah.
I don't remember if that happens in Chrono Trigger, but I feel like it does.
Or in like Horizon Forbidden West, when you go up north into the snowy parts, Aloy's cheeks get flush because she's freezing.
Yeah. Was it Last of Us that they had like the irises like shrink when you shine a light in their face?
Probably.
Like, I know for Last of Us you can shoot like a bag of rice and the rice will come spilling out instead of just being a bullet hole.
Yeah, that was cool.
Back to Red Dead, when you get like attacked by a cougar, or bear or something, you have scratches where like actual scratch marks on your arm, and they go away when you take a bath, and that's a little weird. But it's just cool stuff like that inspired this entry. And there's, I mean, everything from Red Dead, Breath of the Wild, down to Last of Us. When you have a ludicrous attention to detail, more often than not, I'm going to enjoy it.
And this entry even took us a step farther. We actually got off on a big tangent, so it not only is this high for a good reason, but it also has inspired us to make a small details list in the future. Because we almost put this one on hold to start planning that one, mid-planning this one. This is probably one of the more personal entries we have on the list, because back when it came out on Nintendo Switch, me and Scotty got like super deep into Stardew Valley, and Aaron didn't. So he kind of had to hear me and Scotty like fangirl over all the shit we were doing. And Aaron was as confused as can be, because I was just like, dude, I just harvested a purple star parsnip. And Scotty was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And Aaron was just like, what the are y'all talking about?
Yeah, going over how we make profits and stuff like that, and like, I don't remember if you started. You started after me, but you were talking about like plants and whatnot, and I was like, no, you got to get the animals. It's all about the ranch, and you got to make the mayonnaise and the milk.
Yeah.
But just the whole act of farming, specifically in Stardew Valley, but in all games where you can farm, it's so much more fun than it has any right to be.
Even when it's something simple like Animal Crossings, like it's fun. I don't know,
like,
it's just fun.
Like the berries in Pokemon, like
I don't like that one, but that one.
But like Stardew specifically, it can be as simple or in depth as you want it to be, to the point where I actually drew. You might not be able to see it because of the green screen, but. I actually drew out a full-on 2-scale, pixel-by-pixel plot of where I wanted to plant my Junimo huts to have optimum crop growth and harvesting. And I just put so many hours into Stardew Valley just looking at it. Like, it's just been on, and I'm sitting there writing away in my journal, planning out what to farm next. Like, farming is just that much fun to us.
We mentioned it a second ago, but if there's one franchise that just stands above the rest in terms of awesome but really shouldn't be, it's Animal Crossing.
Oh, guess what, man? I want to go home and relax and pay bills on this video game.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, I'm going to go get in debt and then go fishing and catch bugs and make furniture. And, like, just, there's no way to describe Animal Crossing that makes it sound really, really fun. But anybody that's tried it out can tell you it's way more fun than it has any right to be.
And it's, again, you get into, like, the talking to your friends about it, and you're just like, yeah, man, I wished on a star, and I got a Sagittarius piece on the beach this morning, man. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah, man. I was watering flowers and stuff and just sat on a log and took a sip of my coffee, you know?
And then I'm just like, man, I filled up my basement with turnips, and I'm going to sell them tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's just like
the
what?
way we played Animal Crossing was so different from each other because, like, me and Daniel were just vibing. And Aaron was like, capitalism. And he's just like all about the turnips. I think you've got like what, $11 million, something crazy
like that. Yeah,
or bells.
I got real into that stock market.
It's
this
an
time
insane
around.
amount of money, and like when they released an update with like the storage upgrade, I really didn't feel like grinding for it. So I was like, Aaron, give me $1 million, and he was like, he didn't want to because he's Scrooge McDuck over there now. And I was like, fine, I'll just sell all my crops, and like every 3 days I'd sell my crops, and then I earned it. But it's still like, Aaron's old venture capitalist. I'm all about like, I just throw shit everywhere on my island. Like it's kind of themed, but not really. I'm just like, that's a giant robot, and I throw it out.
Yeah.
And I got really into the flowers and actually segmenting my villagers and stuff in a village and everything.
And then I made a trash island because I found a lot of decoration stuff that was like tires and trash bags, and I thought it was funny.
The final entry that shouldn't be as cool as it is, but it is hunting and fishing. Now, this does not count in like a game like, you know, Blue Marlin for the NES or Cabela's Dangerous Hunts or anything like that.
Yeah,
those are
point
hunting
of the game.
games. I'm talking where you don't even have to hunt if you really don't want to. Like Red Dead Redemption 2, Gun. Horizon, I know you have to hunt the giant robots, but you can hunt the little creatures too.
Yeah, you get pelt upgrades.
The Witcher, I think you could hunt animals, but maybe not. The Witcher 3.
Well, I would count the monster hunts.
The monster hunts still.
That's
Yeah,
a big
like when,
hunt.
especially in World when you're like gathering the evidence and like, oh, I think this is a Hydrax or whatever.
Yeah, even the fish, and you fish in Animal Crossing and all that stuff, and it's always a good time. And you know, even if you like hunting or fishing in real life, that doing it in a game may not be fun to you because it may not be accurate, and you know, since you do it in real life, you may not want to do that. But when a game does it right, it does it really well.
Yeah,
now,
like the fishing hole in Ocarina of Time when you can cast at the man, steal his hat, and use that as a lure for some reason.
Now, I think the best hunting that I've seen in a game that isn't an actual hunting game is probably Red Dead Redemption 2. Because I love tracking the animals. You have to scan them with your binoculars, figure out what gun to use basically to get the cleanest kill, like elk. If you go at an elk and shoot it in the head with a revolver, even if it does die, you ruined the pelt. You gotta get the bow, improved arrows, or a rifle, stuff like that. It's just certain ways to kill certain animals for optimum pelts. And that's the kind of stuff I like. I'm stalking, I'm hunting, I'm killing, I'm fishing.
And those are just some of the things in video games we think are awesome, but when we analyze them, they really shouldn't be that awesome. So obviously, there's more than just what we listed here today. And this was actually one of the it was a very hard list to rank. Like this,
it was a fun list to plan.
Kind of an abstract topic
But,
almost.
yeah.
Like, it's like, how do you even define that? Because like certain things didn't quite make it because they're made to be awesome.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to think about. So that's your homework, Bro Trio fans. Think about what you like that's really awesome, but when you think about it, it really shouldn't be. Let us know in the comments, and be sure to stay tuned to Bro Trio for more lists like these in the future.